Breaking news. Industry still shootout. Police and badman man dead. Roadblock, nobody can cross it. Roadblock. See them there? Police them do them investigation. All the works here they find man. About what? About 3 of them they go to the works here. 2 of them back a house. In the come that the van there in the come take what?
The bike.
No man in the van bike.
The bike stop that nonsense listen behind the fucking silver pure box and run.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw is of a shootout that took place in a place known as Leith Hall, that is in St. Thomas, where it is said that the police cornered some men on bike. There was a running, driving shootout. After the smoke cleared, a couple of individuals were seen trying to clutch on to their life, clutching on to their tool, or the tool was nearby, in the vicinity. It is said that one of those individuals that lost his life is the picture that you see on the screen as I speak. His name is Orville Marvin Dennie. He was on the wanted list for, guess what? The takeaway of at least one life. Now, people, you know that whenever you take away anybody's life, it is going to pique the interest of the JCF. They're going to want you in 2 places, either in the big yard or the graveyard, preferably. What makes it even worse is if you are said to be the Don, said to be anybody that is affiliated with any sorts of gang activity. It is said that this man, Orville, was the Don for Stony Hill. It is said, being the operative word, not confirmed. Now, I don't know if these individuals don't realize what is going on. Them not get the message, not the bottle. Them not read the notice board. Them never get the memo. But whenever you are said to be any sorts of Don, you are pretty much done and dusted. Such is the case as this man, if it is indeed he was one of those persons based on information that I got preliminary that he was also involved. The moral of the story is this. The Prime Minister told you is either you're going to meet the judge or you're going to meet your maker, even if he is the devil in hell. The police also told you that whenever we come for honor, put your hands in the air and wave it like you just don't care. Or else, if you choose an alternate route, you are going to end up in the worst. Alternate route, meaning straight one-way ticket express to hell, the afterlife. If there is confrontation, you're going to definitely lose your life. And maybe if there's not even any confrontation, you stand a chance of losing your life because the protocols have changed. Whenever you are wanted, whenever you are any sorts of done, once that certificate of death is executed, then you are going to go to a place that the people just like you went, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update about that 14-year-old that was taken away in a very brutal way. Her name is Price Johnson. Now, people, since the start of that, the mother claimed that it was some sort of madman. There was even a picture circulating on social media and say, is a madman picture this? Is the madman picture this? And it was taken from the CCTV of one of the neighbors close to where that incident took place. Picture on the screen as I speak. When I look at the picture, I said, this does not look like any sort of madman, unless, of course, he is a clean clothes, look sane kind of a madman. I knew from start, from the mother's interview, that something sound quite right. There's something shaky. there are holes in her statement or comments. Holes more than some sorts of sieve, more than a strainer. I said that this youth is a scapegoat for the actual takeaway person. This mother knows more than meets the eye. Well, people, I told you that there was a picture that was out, and that person is not the name that the police have circulating to be the person of interest. Yes, that was an actual person, but that person has nothing to do with nothing, none at all, as a matter of fact. That person is innocent. That person is a hard-working youth. That person does not have a criminal record, don't have nothing to do with nothing, none at all. Well, people, it seems as if the police was being bamboozled too. It seems as if the police was being incompetent and irresponsible on the post that they made when they said that that person is a person of interest. Well, people, since then, that person went to the police station along with his mother and guardians. That person was interviewed, and that person was cleared. That person, mom, and that person want a public apology, want to clear their name from what is said on social media, in a news and real life. I am going to let you hear from the mother, then I'm going to let you hear from the son. Back to back. Take a listen, take a look.
Because it's his picture, but it's not his name. Then Anton police take some information and they take me to Hunts Bay police station. They bring him in, investigated him, talk to him, and they let him out. We sit outside, wait, I don't know, we both come back home together. To Hunts Bay police station, the CIB department, I'm appealing, I'm begging, please, to release something that my son, I've bring my son there to clear his name, and he is released and home. And he's not a person of interest. I'm just asking, I just need him picture to just come down because it is affecting the family real bad. It's affecting everyone. Job, it's affecting his job. He can't go to work.
I am the person in the photo that has been making rounds on social media who persons are claiming to have committed a crime. I have turned in myself to the authorities. They have taken my statement and I was released. I was not brought in by any police officers. I wasn't brought in by anybody, and I'm not in custody.
So people, you heard what the mother said, and you heard what the person that is supposed to be a person of interest or the suspect in the takeaway of that 14-year-old. It wasn't me like Shaggy. It definitely was not me. Why is my picture put up there? Why is my name being dragged in the dirt for something so serious? Do you know how irresponsible that is? Do you know that this youth could have lost his life, a hard-working youth that had nothing to do with nothing, none at all? The police are reckless and bloggers are also reckless. When I did this, I said, this youth, that picture that is out there, don't look like a suspect to me. And what does a suspect look like? There's not really an atypical protocol of a suspect. But me just say, this youth did not look like that picture was taken from any sort of CCTV. That looked like a picture that was taken from a camera, a phone, or whatever it is. How do I know? I really don't, but me just say, the youth may have nothing to do with it, nothing, none at all. So we hear from the horse's mouth, we hear from the mother, we hear from the person that is supposed to be the person of interest himself. They want a public apology, and rightfully so, because this could have went way, way left. So let me clarify, bleaching being the operative words. This is this youth's actual picture, and this is the picture afterwards. So therefore, the darker picture was before, and then the lighter bleach out, tone up kind of picture, if you want to call it that, is of the now. How did this picture get out there? Well, people, like I said in a previous video, and I don't want to send people to go look for nothing, but so I'll tell you. He was in a relationship with a young girl, and that relationship went way, way left. That young girl decided she was going to be vindictive. She saw that that 14-year-old lost her life, and she thought that it was an opportune time for scandal this youth and put that youth's life in jeopardy, in a danger. So therefore, she make a post, knowing how a lot of these bloggers are like perch, gullible and vulnerable. Them just desperate for some sorts of information. Them grab it and them run with it. Don't say allege. Don't say this don't look like a suspect to me. This look like some sorts of scapegoats. That youth's life was in danger. So people, like me say, this is bringing more clarity. And for all of you persons, when I made my post and I said, I have information, I cannot just divulge information and say, Sergeant or Corporal, this, tell me this, that. You have to kind of put out things out there when the timing is right. So you see, say, this was not the actual suspect. And you see, say, there was probably no sorts of madman that was involved. So the point that I am trying to make is that this mother is lying. People in the vicinity where it took place know exactly who is involved, know that the girl was a troubled girl, and know that the mother is a facilitator of what that little picnic was doing. She encouraged the whole effort. Not to say that it is justified for that young girl to lose her life, but me just as say, whenever you play silly games, sometimes you get silly prizes, and that silly prize might be to the worstest extent. And that is exactly what happened. That girl, it is said, is involved with a man that is a Don, that is a gunman, and she was afraid of him. They broke up, and then he want her back. So therefore, if the fox can't get the grape, him say it's sour, or he is going to deal with it in a sour way. So hopefully, now that the person that's supposed to be the person of interest came out and said there's no source of interest in me because I am not interested in that girl, I don't know nothing of interest in anything, none at all interestingly. Hopefully, this mother will come out and tell the police. Hopefully, the police will do their job and interview this lady, interrogate her and ask her what is the real motive, who is the real suspect, who is the real killer. Because in my humble opinion, she knows. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Usain Bolt was patient. Usain Bolt was strategic. Usain Bolt finally spoke and finally dropped. I am not going to say that it is a bombshell, but he has finally exposed our corrupt government that are in bed with these people known as SSL, fraudsters, investor, scammers. He did an interview with the Fix, very good interview. The Fixer Fix Up Things, definitely the podcast of the year, the podcast for 2024, and it seems 2025, based on the start, the ending of 2024. So therefore, kudos to them. Usain Bolt spoke about many things. He spoke about the bun. More significantly, he spoke about his 12 million USD that was frauded by SSL and the management of that scam company. He said that he is ready to talk. He said that him get lawyer, him talk to the Prime Minister, him talk to the relevant authority, thought that he would get back his money, but none of that was forthcoming. As a matter of fact, I'll let you hear exactly what Usain Bolt has to say, and then I'll give my piece. Take a listen, take a look.
That's the most me ever talk about this.
Right.
What must say? Because of who I am. There's a lot of international people have called.
Yes.
So do you want to speak on Mars? I said, no, man, in time. But now, at some point, I have to start saying something. Now, I have to be careful, because now you look at everybody sideways now. If this happened to me and it's going to be 2 years and I can't stay back, I'm dying.
Shit, yeah.
And I said, Jaja, I'm not happy, but some of them, some fixing up for going.
When you see your... I'm going to get back my money. Because you hear people say, oh, you see, you're the same quiet. So, but I tell you, I'm going to get back my money, people. So, they stop seeing me and ask me.
Is there any way like you probably think about swing?
So we'll put things floating around. There's a master, but at some point we'll figure out something and make a move, because you can't just lose all of that stuff. So I will already know what's that. At the end of the day, if me start speaking, I heard Jamaica a lot. Because now it's a come on, everybody has to look and as a judge. So I try to avoid that as much over the 2 years. But I don't see now when I can start and feel good and say, you know what? But now at some point I have to start to something. Because I not see nothing. Clearly, it look like I'm applying some pressure or do something and start making whole lot of questions being asked. I don't worry about nothing.
So people, you heard it from the horse's mouth. You heard it from the goat, actually. That's exactly what he had to say. He could not have said it any better. It is not because he is not loyal to Jamaica. It is not because he does not love his country. He gave them more than ample time for them to do something, and all he got is a promise to a fool. Promises, promises, promises. Promises from the finance minister, Dr. Nigel Clark. He might get the FBI, he might get some people from Crawler, Crowler, wherever them name, come from United Kingdom, and do all sorts of investigation that is going to cost the Jamaican government and the people and purse a whole bunch of millions of dollars. Nothing all, no sorts of information, no sorts of changes. Usain Bolt hired top lawyer. Them give them ultimatum a couple of days. That ultimatum went from days to in excess of 2 years now. You know, so Usain Bolt have power. So therefore, him probably have Andrew Holness phone number upon cock. Well, not on cock, and speed dial. Sorry, excuse me. Why? So therefore, he has had conversation, whether on phone or personally. Promises were made by Andrew Holness. Promises were made by Dr. Nigel Clark. However, like I say, a promise is a comfort to a fool. So what this tells you is that these people, meaning the government and people, whether it was PNP or JLP, whomever shift it was, when this took place, they are responsible. So I don't want you political clowns to come and tell me, say, you always go against the JLP and I talk about this, that. When did it happen? Who was on the shift? Who was monitoring the place? Who was the government? Andrew Holness. Who took out their money? Andrew Holness. Which other people lose money? Almost 200 other investors, including Usain Bolt, because Usain Bolt's name is the biggest. We would have thought that we would have gotten some sort of favorable result for those victims. Up to this day, nothing, none at all, nunca, zero, zilch. So just imagine, Usain Bolt, a man that put Jamaica on the map. When you talk about Usain Bolt, the only other person comparable, 1 or 2, 1A, 1B, whichever way you want to say it, Usain Bolt come first, Bob Marley come second, vice versa. It does not matter. The point is that the two people that has done more for Jamaica than any prime minister, any politician, any MP combined is Bob Marley and Bolt. Bolt set the world on fire upon the track, make a name because of charisma and charm, bring a whole bunch of tourists come to Jamaica. Get robbed 12 million plus, I think 12.7, don't quote me, USD, and stay silent, don't say nothing, because he did not want to put Jamaica's reputation in the swamp, in the abyss of hell in which it belongs. Stay silent, wish and hope that the people will do the right thing, but it is obvious that these people cannot do the right thing when they are wrongdoers themselves. So Usain Bolt is learning that patience does not always pay off. You have to scandal these people. You have to talk like them say. A closed mouth don't get feed. So if you're going to be dependent on these unconscionable, unreasonable, corrupt people to give you justice, you're going to be waiting in vain. And like the song say, I don't want no waiting in vain for no love, because it is obvious who Jamaicans love, who corrupted politicians love. People with money, people with power, people with clout. Usain Bolt have money, Usain Bolt have clout, but it is new money. New money is not considered powerful money like the people, like the owners of SSL. And that is who Jamaica love. Like we say, it does not matter how rich you get, the classism still exists if you are not in the body club. And it is obvious that these people, meaning the Croskeries and them from SSL, are more in the body club. So therefore, membership has its privilege. Even if you are Usain Bolt, even if it was Bob Marley, they did it to Usain Bolt, they would also do it to Bob Marley. So just imagine what they would do to you and I. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.